Greetings fellow tabletop enthusiasts. I'm GM Mayhem, bringing decades of RPG wisdom to equip you with masterful storytelling skills. I've been playing these games for over 30 years and running games for as long. In that time, I've cultivated tricks of the trade through countless hours behind the screen to help GMs build epic adventures that engage players and bring imaginative worlds to life. Today I'm excited to dive deep into one of my favorite GMing topics, crafting memorable NPCs your players will love, or love to hate. NPCs are the lifeblood of any tabletop RPG campaign. They propel adventures, reveal information, offer aid, and bring conflict. Though NPC roles vary, the most effective share one thing: engaged players who remember them long after the dice are rolled up. In this comprehensive guide, we'll unpack proven techniques to conceive, write, and portray NPCs that captivate your players' imaginations. Master these methods, and watch your NPCs shift from two-dimensional plot devices to fan-favorite stars of the story. Let's get started. Part 1. Conceptualization. All great NPCs begin with the spark of an idea. When inspiration strikes, act on it immediately so the concept doesn't fade. Start by asking yourself, what role will this NPC serve in the larger story? Are they a quest giver? Merchant? Ally? Villain? Their narrative function shapes further development. What unique traits make this NPC memorable, not generic? Play with contrasts like cheery dwarf undertakers, cowardly half-orc bouncers, or soft-spoken Yuan-Ti assassins. What bonds might this NPC share with a PC based on background, goals, or other threads? These connections invest players in the NPC's fate. Jot down all ideas as they flow, no matter how wild. You can refine later. Capturing that initial creative spark breathes life into your NPC from the very start. Now let's see this conceptual process in action. Imagine your party will soon visit a bustling port city for the first time. You want their arrival to introduce them to the flavor of this setting. And ports need grizzled old sea captains, of course. This grumpy mariner will lead my party on a future seafaring adventure. Already the role and traits suggest fun directions. Let's make him eccentric with a secret heart of gold. Give him a noble past he abandoned to live free on the waves. And he harbors an intense but friendly rivalry with the roguish bard over tall tales. Great concepts to start. With an imaginative foundation, you're ready for the next step: writing deep backstories and motives. Part 2. Backstories and motivations. Once conceptualized, dedicate time to fully develop your NPC's history and motivations before introducing them. Like real people, complex backgrounds make characters compelling and lifelike. Consider the following in crafting backstories. Important events that shaped their past. How did they get where they are today? Meaningful relationships. Family, friends, rivals that impact them still. Secrets they keep close for safety or shame. The spice of intrigue. Quirks built from life experience. Habits and traits reflecting their journey. Driving goals and fears. What do they desire most? What haunts them? Moral outlook based on their history. Shades of gray are richest. How they speak informed by culture and education. Cadence and word choice matters. If inspired to write pages, go for it. But a few concise bullet points capture the same essence for quick reference later. Now let's develop the salty sea captain from our port city concept session. In his past, he grew up privileged in a noble family but found the politics suffocating. He abandoned his inheritance against family wishes to live free on the sea. A few bullet points paint a rich picture. This backstory immediately suggests new personality traits and secrets for our captain. His posh upbringing manifests in refined manners that break through when flustered. He sends coin back to his sister secretly to aid her. And he treats his diverse crew as family, valuing their grit over pedigree. With history woven in, our captain grows into a multidimensional NPC. That covers conceptualizing and writing rich backstories. Next we'll explore weaving their narrative purpose for maximum impact when introduced to players. Part 3, Narrative Purpose. Once conceived and written, consider how to introduce your NPC for optimal story impact. Avoid info dumping their full biography on meeting. Instead, reveal it across encounters so players first see them in action to pique interest before learning their history. Some techniques include: foreshadow their arrival with clues to build anticipation. Anonymous tips, wanted posters, legends lay breadcrumbs. Make their introduction dramatic. Have them swoop in to aid the party or kick off a new adventure. Drop hints about their backstory without revealing everything. Underscore their eccentricities and speech patterns. Leave some mystery about their goals and motivations at first. Unravel them slowly over time. Build curiosity through NPC actions that raise more questions, keep players wanting to learn more. Allow an NPC to accompany the party to further learn their traits through play. Pacing an NPC's narrative reveal keeps them engaging over many encounters, not just a brief first meeting. Let's see how this might work with the noble sea captain. Before arriving in port, the party hears tall tales of a famous local captain called the Wind Chaser, known for his daring feats. His flamboyant introduction frames him as eccentric and prideful. Hints like his refined manners and speech reveal his education without exposing his noble roots just yet. His immediate aid winning over the crew builds affinity even before his full history is learned. With creative narrative introduction, your NPC will stay compellingly shrouded in the party's imagination between sessions. Part 4, Mannerisms and Role-Playing. The final step to memorably portraying NPCs is nailing their mannerisms and quirks at the game table. Even the best-conceived characters fall flat if role-played blandly and monotonously. Here are tips for lively role-playing. Give each NPC a unique voice pitch, tone, cadence, accent, whatever suits them. Note signature phrases or exclamations they use regularly to color their speech patterns. Think of Gollum and My Precious. Attach quirky gestures or physicality that reflect their personality. Nervous twitching, booming laughter, fidgeting hands. Display flaws, passions and pet peeves through animated reactions to player remarks. Show, don't just tell, who they are. Improvise details like favorite drinks or oaths to swear by. These personalized touches come across organically through play. Exaggerate their extreme emotions for greater impact. Him it up now and then. Vibrant, memorable NPCs emerge when you commit fully to theatrical role-playing. Let's envision the sea captain at the table. I'll give him a deep, gravelly sailor's growl with a rolling accent. His signature oath is Tempest's Fury, when shocked or angry. He laughs loud and heartily. When agitated, he fidgets with his pipe absent-mindedly. His gruffness softens when speaking of his crew. Little touches that enliven his character. Dedicate these efforts to your major NPCs, not every generic townsperson. A few truly vibrant characters captivate player imaginations. Part 5. Engage players in the process. For an extra dimension of investment by players, engage them collaboratively in certain NPCs. Several methods include: tie an NPC to a PC's backstory. Bonds between characters spark roleplay and interest. Ask for player input when conceptualizing a major NPC. Making them collaborators boosts their connection. Let players control allied NPCs in combat to personalize their capabilities and tactics. Encourage players to ask NPCs questions to learn backstory organically through answers. It feels more active than being told. If something about an NPC really excites players, amplify it. Their energy feeds your own. When an NPC reappears after absence, ask players to recap their history for each other. Deepens familiarity. Giving players a stake through participation creates wonderful investment and anticipation around beloved NPCs session to session. Bringing it all together. Phew, quite an in-depth guide, but it covers all my best practices gleaned from years running RPGs. Let's quickly recap. Conceptualize your NPC with purpose, original traits, and story connections. Write deep motivations and backstories, but concisely for quick reference. Introduce them dramatically, then unravel details over future encounters. Give them vivid mannerisms, voices, and reactions through committed role-playing. Engage your players directly in certain NPCs for deeper connections. Follow these steps, and you'll craft NPCs your players adore and clamor for. Your table will come alive with characters who leap straight from imaginations into your shared story. That wraps up this deep dive into creating engaging NPCs. Thank you for listening. I hope you found it helpful advice. Let me know if you have any other questions. Now grab your notes, pick an empty character sheet, and start bringing your most memorable NPC to life. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed the content, please like and comment, tell me what you thought. If you want to help me out, consider joining my Patreon using the link in the description. Patrons can enjoy my videos before they are released on YouTube. You can also download articles on TTRPG subjects that I have written, and I'll be posting chapters of my upcoming book, The Game Master's Guide to Crafting Legendary Worlds. Thank you again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to make sure you never miss out.